Okay, today we're making easy pho, or PHO, which means pho, Vietnamese soup. First off, I'm making the chicken version. So I stuck the chicken straight from the freezer in a pot of water with onions, garlic, peppercorns. When the chicken floats and the onions sink, your chicken's done. You take it out, you shred it. And why it's easy pho, I use herb ox, which is granules for chicken broth, but you can actually use like the Swanson's or any canned broth. Put that in your pot, heat it up. In the meanwhile, you can take your rice noodles or rice sticks, and you don't boil it. You just take your noodles and stick it in hot water, boiling water, and you just let it sit. At home, usually it takes about 20 minutes. Here, out of the spigot here, it's even faster than 20 minutes. And then this is your noodles. So while your broth is heating up, you can cut your onions. I like to cut them really thin. And into the broth, all I do is I add my onions. Get on my onions here. Let that simmer a little. What it does is it cooks out some of the acidity in the onions and makes them a little tender. It's not boiling yet, but usually then what I add to it is my chicken back into it. This is so easy, it's not funny. While this is heating up, you want to take your bean sprouts and rinse them through, because just before you're about ready to serve it, you want to take your bean sprouts. I like them crunchy, but not super raw. So then I add it to the broth, let it cook a little. In my bowl, I add my noodles, and I take the broth and put it on there with the chicken and the onions. Then you can add, for extra seasoning, hoisin sauce, which is a sauce that is flavored with anise or the licorice flavor. You can add, if you want heat, the Vietnamese sweet chili sauce, or even hotter still, the Vietnamese chili paste, which has the flakes in it. And then in the restaurant, they usually sell it. They also bring on another tray your jalapenos that's cut in dice and rings like. You can add that to your soup. You can add also, I also like to add a little bit of lime juice and basil leaves, but I don't like basil leaves, so I don't put it on. And that's pretty much pho, the chicken version. Now beef, you're gonna add beef, or pork, you're gonna add pork broth. If it's a seafood like shrimp, then you're gonna add your shrimp and have like a seafood broth. So it's so down and dirty easy. All I do is when I want it during the winter is I stop for bean sprouts, because I have yet to figure out how to keep them longer than 2 days without them going belly up.
How long does the soup last once it's made?
Once the soup is made, it lasts, I mean, if you put it in the refrigerator, it would last for a few days at least. And the noodles on the other hand, the day you make them is better, because if you wait a day, they get more
Mushy.
not mushy, they get hard. Kind of like your tapioca wrappers when we did the spring rolls.
So you can't freeze this then once it's made?
Once it's made, you could freeze it if you want to, but I freeze this if anything. Because you could use this for chicken salad, I use it for chicken tacos, I use it
That's a good idea.
everything. And it's so easy.
Throw it on a salad.
Yeah. That's what I used to do, throw it on a salad, or else I'll make chicken tacos too. So that's pretty much it. It's starting to boil. So then I have little bowls that you folks can try it with this hoisin. How easy is that?
Wait.
So I know that point.